He's gonna take a stand for the rest of us. He's gonna take a stand for the rest of us.
So what? You think you're smart, don't you? You want the marker, don't you? You think it's gonna save us all from destruction, don't you? I hate to break it to you, but it's a lie. I know the truth and that's the only reason why I'm alive. I was an engineer who only knew mechanics, and now I'm slaying necromorphs on this abandoned planet. Man, I've been through the ring, I can't believe I'm even standing. I find my mind's the only part of me that's taking damage. From Ishimura to the sprawl, now Tau Volantis. Some scars never mend, but with friends we manage. I won the battle with dementia, look death in the eye. I've seen a lot of dead space and I still haven't died.
No.
Now you got a date with destiny. When you die, being dead is what you're meant to be. Yet here I am, shredding through demented things. I'm not infected yet, but it's affecting me. But I don't wanna hide, and I don't wanna settle. Don't care about your size, that won't put you on my level. You broke my mind and messed with me, so keep coming back to life, you're still dead to me.
One man with a plasma gun, he's gonna take a stand for the rest of us. Got your back long as you got mine. Isaac Clarke in the building, here to drop some lines.
You gotta chop the limbs off and knock them down, and curb stomp whatever's left of them into the ground. Don't waste your stasis, never aim for their faces. Make space between them if you can with kinesis. I miss Earth, but I've been gone so long I don't even know. And now I'm on the run from zombies getting caught in the snow. But when you're in dead space, you're best prepared to be cold, and no one's gonna hear you scream, so don't travel alone. Nicole! I never dreamed we would ever be so many light years apart. And knowing that I'm never gonna see you is the only thing breaking my heart. But I'm moving on, shooting through them all. If you're a necromorphin organism, you should run. And call me crazy for saving you, but I've lost enough. I've stopped half of this infection and I'm still not done. Somewhere behind me I was lost. I found myself within the dark. They wonder how I've come this far. I'm not the same old Isaac Clarke. Each time I shed the demon's blood, I see the human it once was. It's tearing me up, it's breaking me down, it's keeping me human.
Unitologist you'll never see, you're screwed up enough, just leave the rest to me. You'll never run another test on me. I'm gonna burn your churches cause you messed with me.
Well, thought I was safe and that my tracks were covered. Now the apocalypse is coming, but we have each other. With John Carver at my side, Ellie at the other. We're gonna see that every boy, girl, dad, and mother will live to see another day. And the earth will turn, it's gonna take a lot. Promise that it's worth the word. No convergence today, you can spread the word. If I go out with a bang, it's on my own terms. Now you got a date with destiny. When you die, being dead is what you're meant to be. Yet here I am, shredding through demented things. I'm not infected yet, but it's affecting me. But I don't wanna hide, and I don't wanna settle. Don't care about your size, that won't put you on my level. You broke my mind and messed with me, so keep coming back to life, you're still dead to me. Somewhere behind me I was lost. I found myself within the dark. They wonder how I've come this far. I'm not the same old Isaac Clarke. Each time I shed the demon's blood, I see the human it once was. It's tearing me up, it's breaking me down, it's keeping me human.
While Dead Space takes place in the year 2508, all of this begins way back in 2214. You see, by 2214, Earth is in a rough place. Humanity have nearly depleted all of Earth's resources and are searching for any means by which they can continue to obtain or mine these. In digging up the Gulf of Mexico, the Sovereign Colonies and predecessor to Earth Government, or EarthGov, happens upon a black alien marker. While they have no idea where this is from or how it got here, the truly exciting thing for the Sovereign Colonies is that it seems to continually produce some form of energy. Maybe, just maybe, if they study it, they can reproduce the marker and solve Earth's energy crisis. There's a catch, however. The black marker's signal that it continually emanates seems to cause hallucinations, dementia, psychosis, and causes dead human tissue to reanimate and re-emerge as horrifying twisted corpses, all with a single mind and single focus. These reanimated corpses are dubbed necromorphs, and they all seem to be controlled by a singular hive mind attempting to gather as much tissue as possible in order to grow. But you see, it could solve the energy crisis. So ignoring all of that, because it's such a minor little detail, the Sovereign Colonies decides to try and recreate the marker and successfully reverse engineer it, creating a second red marker. They send this red marker off planet to Aegis 7 in order to safely test and study it. Of course, this causes a catastrophic event to such a degree that the Sovereign Colonies seals away the marker in Aegis 7 and buries all of their records. Around the same time, back on Earth, the original black marker was eventually investigated by a geophysicist named Michael Altman. Altman let the world know about the black marker, which Earth government had also covered up. He claimed it was the biggest cover-up ever instituted by EarthGov, and that it proved beyond a shadow of a doubt that there is, in fact, alien life. The government labeled him a kook, and he died of mysterious circumstances shortly afterwards. However, the seed of doubt he'd planted, even though it was truthful, would sprout into something horrendous. While Altman had no direct involvement with the founding of the religion of Unitology, it was fueled and started by those around him and corrupt government officials who believed his message about the marker and felt there was a higher calling, likely with their beliefs distorted and stemming from the marker itself, as their beliefs do align with what the marker seems to need. The name alone, Unitology, aligns with the marker and necromorphs being of a hive mind. These Unitologists believe, and I'm going to directly quote the game here, the marker contained code, the key to eternal life through rebirth and ascension to heaven. The kicker is, you have to die first. They believe in an ascension event called the Convergence. Not unlike many religions, like Judeo-Christians who believe humans eventually ascend to heaven after death. While on its surface, the religion seems fairly harmless, the Unitologists believe that Altman was a martyr, and his martyrdom was meant to spread the religion. They believe in a conspiracy that the government is hiding the marker to keep its secrets for itself, and they function a little bit less like Judeo-Christians and a little more like Scientology, in that they have a ranking system. The more money and power you give them, the higher you rank up in the religion. The Unitologists have also built mausoleum ships where they gather their believers' corpses, all meant to travel in space to a marker for a great ascendance. So when you consider the markers purposefully trying to gather dead tissue in order to transform beings into necromorphs and expand and build its own hive mind, sending in ships filled to the brim with corpses, probably not good. Going back to the dwindling resources and dying Earth, EarthGov eventually found its solution in planet cracking. And this is where the USG Ishimura, and where Dead Space Remake takes place, comes into play. Because Earth is out of resources, Earth and private companies begin to look to the stars. What if, instead of robbing the Earth of its resources, you could rob other planets of their resources and use them for your own? That was the very real dream of CEC, or Concordance Extraction Corporation. CEC, according to its investor guide, is the largest solar mining and extraction company in the Earth colonies, and the 5th largest interstellar company in terms of market capital. While there already were similar vessels that were being sent to create colonies on planets for mining resources, the CEC came up with a way to dismantle planets and moons on a macro scale, utilizing a planet cracker ship that could fracture planets with gravity tethers and then quickly mine the entire planet for its resources, with the very minor trade-off of destroying an entire planet in the process, according to environmentalists. Potentially even destroy the solar system or disrupt the gravitational forces holding celestial objects in orbit and cause it to spin out of control or planets to collide into each other. Anyways, in order to successfully crack a planet, the CEC would first scope out a planet for its mineral content and net worth, plus the overall safety of cracking it in the first place. After choosing its planet, they then set up a small colony on the designated planet where a team would spend 18 months prepping the planet for a planet-cracking ship. After around 2.5 to 3 years, the planet cracker would arrive and giant tectonic chunks of the planet are broken off and mined, while smaller bodies like asteroids are drawn into mining bays and processed directly. Rinse and repeat until no more planet. These planet-cracking ships would become a reality in 2446 with the very first launch of the bunch, the USG Ishimura. Fast forwarding once again, we come to our main protagonist, Isaac Clarke. His father, Paul Clark, was an award-winning ship architect employed by the Galactic Union Merchant Marine Corps. However, Paul was regularly out on various missions, leaving his mother, Octavia Clark, to raise Isaac mostly on her own. Octavia ended up becoming enamored with the Church of Unitology. So much so, she sold off most of the family's estate to fund full membership into the church and in order to rank up in it. As she spent so much of their money on Unitology, while Isaac was such a strong student in mechanical and electrical engineering, and even got into a prestigious engineering school, he had to instead attend a lesser-known school with the help of scholarships and financial assistance. Isaac enlisted in the Merchant Marine and quickly moved up the ranks thanks to his strong engineering skills and intuition. However, his mother's mental health declined further, and she ended up in a hospital and under the care of the neuropsychiatrist Nicole Brennan. While treating his mother, Nicole and Isaac fell in love and cohabitated for a time. However, Nicole was offered a promotion, serving aboard the USG Ishimura. While it would be a 6-month job and time away from Isaac, Isaac petitioned she take the job, likely being supportive of her career. Around this time, Nicole felt that Isaac's mother had finally gotten better, and it was time for her to return home to her family, where his father had recently come home from an extended tour. Isaac's mother relapsed, killed Paul, and then herself. From her own will, the Unitologists were given custody of their corpses, along with Clark's entire estate. Isaac petitioned for his parents' bodies to be returned to him, but to no avail. He also got into a fight with Nicole, where he essentially blamed her for what happened and allowing his mother to be released from the hospital. All of this coinciding with what would be the USG Ishimura's final mission. The year is 2508, and the Ishimura has been sent on a supposed planet-cracking mission to Aegis 7, the very same planet that the red marker was buried on. However, that's not exactly all correct. A CEC director, Eckhart, sees over the planet-cracking mission, and while it's not stated directly in the Dead Space remake, it can be heavily inferred that he's a Unitologist. Unitologists have been searching for the red marker for a while, and it seems they've finally figured out where it is. So Eckhart assigns another Unitology buddy of his to captain the USG Ishimura on this mission, Captain Benjamin Mathias. And Aegis 7 is actually off limits by EarthGov, so the true purpose and destination of this mission seems to be a complete lie and kept under the wraps. As per planet cracking protocol, the CEC starts a colony on Aegis 7 to prep it for planet cracking, and more specifically, search for their real goal, the red marker. All of this, I have to ascertain, is also fully secret and kept from EarthGov. Captain Mathias is given the goal by Chief Unitologists of obtaining the marker from Aegis 7 and safely delivering it to the Church of Unitology. All of this so he can be given one of the most elite Church of Unitology rank-ups there is. After his death, being put in a premium stasis capsule aboard the Church's Holy Fleet, which, of course, will be on its way to be part of that super cool goopy hive mind mass. Meanwhile, the USG Ishimura is then staffed with a large number of Unitologists in senior positions. Notably, this includes the Chief Science Officer, Dr. Terrence Kyne, and Dr. Chalice Mercer. As the Ishimura reaches its destination of Aegis 7, just like the Black Marker in events from 2214, as they dig up the red marker, people on the colony start to experience hallucinations, visions, and begin transforming into necromorphs. Due to this, it seems, though a Unitologist, Dr. Kyne cautions against immediately grabbing the marker. He notes that all of the hysteria started after the marker was dug up and wants to study this further before leaping to taking it on board. In fact, 40% of the colony's population are showing symptoms. Captain Mathias ignores this, and the Ishimura is successful in obtaining the marker and bringing it aboard the ship. Due to the epidemic that they don't fully realize is from the marker, Captain Mathias orders a quarantine on Aegis 7 and refuses to help any of the survivors. Dr. Kyne and Nicole quickly realize that it's the marker causing all of the horrors that are happening before them. Captain Mathias cuts off all of the communications with the outside world, and due to all of this, Dr. Kyne and others plan a mutiny against Captain Mathias. Kyne accidentally kills him in the process though, and all hell proceeds to break out on the ship. From here, Mercer begins a pro-marker faction along with the many Unitologists on board, where he experiments on various Unitologists and other people suffering from the marker's effects in order to try and create stronger necromorphs and help himself to achieve ascendance. Other members of the ship resign themselves to their deadly fate and decide that they can't let this horror spread back on Earth. They self-sabotage the ship and attempt to force the ship to collide with Aegis 7 in order to destroy themselves, the hive mind, and the marker with it. Dr. Kyne is of the belief that bringing the marker back to Aegis 7 will stop everything. He believes the marker calms and quells the hive mind. And Nicole, after doing her best to fight against Mercer, treat patients, and fight against Unitology overall, messages Isaac and sadly kills herself. Isaac has either blocked the final portion of this video out due to grief or guilt, or simply forgotten it due to the influence of the marker. The CEC receives the USG Ishimura's distress signal, and a small crew aboard the USG Kellyan head out to see what's going on and help. The crew consists of Zach Hammond, the chief security officer and head of the mission, pilot Aiden Chen, co-pilot Johnston, and Kendra Daniels, who's secretly a part of EarthGov coming to clean up the mess. Her mission is to retrieve the marker and relocate it on a brand new planet that EarthGov can hide the marker away on. Meanwhile, cover up what happened here on the Ishimura, and probably just let it all burn. The USM Valor, a destroyer-class vessel, is also sent to help retrieve the marker, led in part by Kendra. However, as Isaac's team reaches the Ishimura, they begin to realize the true extent of what has happened there. Even Kendra, who had read reports of what the marker could cause, attributed it to mass hysteria and didn't truly believe the accounts. Everything is far worse than any of them could have predicted. Hammond ends up ejecting a now necromorph Chen out of an escape pod, which the USM Valor ends up picking up. Necromorph Chen ends up killing all of them and turning them all into necromorphs. In the end, Hammond, Chen, and Johnston all end up dying. The sole survivors we know of are Isaac, Kendra, Dr. Mercer, Dr. Kyne, and Dr. Elizabeth Cross, who works in hydroponics. The marker plays a strange hallucination on Isaac and Dr. Cross, where they think the other is their lost lover.
You both saw what the marker wanted you to see. Jacob Temple for her, and Nicole for you.
Isaac views Elizabeth as Nicole in his mind, and Elizabeth sees Isaac as her lost lover, and also engineer Jacob Temple. Mercer ends up dying at the hands of his own beloved necromorphs. Meanwhile, Dr. Kyne convinces Isaac and Elizabeth to bring the marker back to Aegis 7. Kendra, who works with EarthGov and therefore wants to relocate the marker, is against this, so she kills Dr. Kyne and attempts to take it away herself.
Sorry, Isaac. I couldn't trust him with the marker.
Isaac and Elizabeth work together to foil Kendra's plans and manage to bring the marker right back to Aegis 7. It's here where Kendra ends up killing Elizabeth as well before the hive mind of the necromorph takes her out. Isaac fights off the hive mind and manages to escape Aegis 7 just in time before the tectonic load the Ishimura had been holding on to crashes into the planet, causing a catastrophic explosion. Just as he begins to relax, he's attacked by what's either the true necromorph Nicole or another hallucination of her, and the game ends.